Welcome back, everyone, to Pontos Fathom Hobbies. This is Season 6 of A Game of Thrones, and we're playing a Storm of Swords version of the game, is how we're calling it. It's actually us using the Dance with Dragons decks. So the first thing we're going to do in this setup round is we're going to swap out all of these cards. So, for example, this is Martell's cards. We swap them out with an alternate version for each of the houses. So let's take a look at what we get in the new version. So if we look at in the standard game, we've got Obra Sand, Doran Martell, Darkstar, Nymeria Sand, the Red Viper, Ariane Martell, and Ariel Hota. And we get, in replacement for them, we get Nymeria, Quentin Martell, Sir Gareth Drinkwater, Big Man, Bastard of God's Grace, Ariel Hotath, and Doran Martell. So that's the first round. Let's also replace Baratheon with the Dance with Dragons Baratheons. So the newest Baratheons are now Melisandre, Sir Axel Florent, Night Song, Davos Seaworth, Mance Radar, Jon Snow, and Stannis Baratheon. So this is that period where Jon Snow is sort of with Stannis and company. Next, we'll go to the Lannisters. We'll swap out the original cards, and we will swap in the new Lannister cards. We get Sir Adam Marbrand, Cersei, Qyburn, Sir Kevin Lannister, Ilyn Payne, Davin Lannister, and Jaime Lannister. Okay, then we're going to go over to the Greyjoys. Now this is kind of like at that time where the Greyjoys where that Greyjoy Bolton stuff was playing out, right? We're going to have Asha Greyjoy, Roderick, Carl the Mauled, Sir Harris Harlow, Aeon Dampere, Victorian Greyjoy, and Euron Crowseye. So Theon is not among them, right? Because this is sort of in that period. Next, we'll go to Highgarden, Tyrell, and we will replace them with the following: Paxter, Margaery, the Queen of Thorns, Sir John Fossaway, Randall Tarley, Mace Tyrell, and Willis Tyrell. And then finally with House Stark, this is like the shocking one always. And whenever I see these cards, I'm always like, what? That's not House Stark. But these are going to be Daemon, Walder Frey, Shanksteel Walton, Reek, yikes, Black Walder, Roose Bolton, and Ramsay Bolton. That's quite an odd mix for the Starks, but it's kind of like they did take over Winterfell, so we'll go forward with that. And then we've got some of the boards set up. Let's shuffle up our Wilding cards. All right, we'll get the Wilding deck shuffled. We'll also do it for our Westeros Phase cards. Get these sort of ready for play. We'll go ahead. We've got the round marker Hourglass. Winter is coming. We've got we've got most of the tokens on the board. But next thing we've got to check for is there's some rules here where each of the houses now have a more advanced deployment card. So these cards are, so we'll kind of go through these and we'll set that up. So starting, and then also before, yeah, so let's do that, and then we can do we'll set up our supply, round victory, and iron, our influence tracks. So we'll start out with Martell in the front. They get a Footsman and a Knight on Sunspear. 1 Footsman, 1 Knight on Sunspear. And then they get 1 ship in the port at Sunspear. They get a Footman in the Salt Shore. The Salt Shore. They get 1 Knight at Ironwood. And they get a Footman in the Boneway. And they get 1 power token in Princess Pass and Starfall. So we can go to our power tokens, Princess Pass and Starfall. Princess Pass, Starfall, and Princess Pass. So they actually start out with, that's pretty advanced, I like it. Okay. Next up we'll go to House Baratheon. We get our positions on the influence track here too. Let's just go ahead. We'll do that after. Let's set up the board first and then we'll do the influence track. So Baratheon, one night in Dragonstone. 2 ships in the Shivering Sea. Oh, sorry, Shipbreaker Bay? What did I say? Oh, Shivering Sea. 2 ships. Up here in the Shivering Sea, really? Seems so far away. One night in Dragonstone, 2 ships in the Shivering Sea. 1 knight and 1 footman in Castle Black. A knight and a footman in Castle Black. Wow, okay. 1 footman in Carhold. Okay. 1 power token in Storm's End. Storm's End is here. Okay. Oh, 2 footmen in Castle Black. So they have a whole presence here at the wall. Next we'll go on to Lannister. 1 footman in Lannisport. A footman in Lannisport. 1 ship in the Golden Sound. 2 footmen in River Run. 2 footmen in River Run. 1 footman in Harrenhal. 2 footmen in King's Landing. Okay. So this sort of represents House Lannister has taken over from the Baratheons, and Baratheons are moved up more toward the wall. They're doing that north thing. And then 1 power token in the Stony Sept and Blackwater. Stony Sept and Blackwater. Stony Sept and Blackwater. Okay. Next up, we will go to Greyjoy. Greyjoy has got 1 knight in Pike. Knight in Pike. 1 ship in the Bay of Ice. And 1 ship in Sunset Sea. And 1 ship in Iron Man's Bay. 3 ships in West Summer Sea. 3 ships in the West Summer Sea. One footman in the Stony Shore. And 2 footmen and a power token in the Sea Road Marches. 2 footmen and a power token in the Sea Road Marches. Where is that? Here. Wow. Okay. So they've sort of made a landing there. They're raiding. Okay. House Tyrell. 1 footman in Highgarden. 1 footman, 1 power token in Old Town. One knight in Kingswood. One footman and 1 power token in the Reach. Two footmen in Crackclaw Point. 3 ships in Shipbreaker Bay. Again, this sort of is the influence of Marjorie with Joffrey, kind of, right? So it's sort of like this is an alliance between Highgarden and the Lannisters. You can kind of see this going on here. And then finally, 1 power token in the Dornish Marches, 3 towers, and the Arbor. So the Dornish Marches, 3 towers, the Arbor, the Arbor, Highgarden, the Reach, the Boneway, Salt Shore, Ironwood, Prince's Pass, Starfall, okay, and then lastly we'll go to House Stark. Oh, the Arbor is down here, sorry. Then finally House Stark, they get 1 knight and a footman in Winterfell. 1 knight and a footman in Winterfell. They get 1 knight in the White Harbor. 1 footman, 1 knight, and 1 power token in Moat Cailin. 1 footman, 1 knight, and 1 power token in Moat Cailin. 2 footmen in the Twins. 1 power token in the Widow's Watch. Okay, so now let's check out our positions on the tracks. So we've got position 4 in the Iron Throne for Stark. So let's just move these out. Position 4 on the Iron Throne. They get positions 6 on the Fiefdoms track. And position 3 on the King's Court track. And then position 2 on the Supply track. And position 1 on the Victory track. That's for Stark. Tyrell, they have position 4 on the Victory track. Oh, sorry, position 3 on the Victory track. Position 4 on the Victory track. Position 4 on the Supply track. Position 1 on the King's Court. Position 4 on the Fiefdoms, and then position 2 on the Iron Throne. And next up is Greyjoy, position 1 on the Victory track, position 3 on the Supply track, position 6 on the King's Court track, position 1 on the Fiefdoms track, and position 3 on the Iron Throne. Okay, next up is Lannister. Lannister is position 4 on the Victory track with Tyrell. Position 5 on the Supply track, well supplied. Position 4 on the King's Court track. Position 5 on the Fiefdom track, and position 1 on the Iron Throne, right? Last 2, and then we can jump into round 1. Baratheon, position 5 on the Iron Throne, position 3 on Fiefdom, position 5 on the King's Court, 1 on the Supply track, and 2 on the Victory track. And lastly, Martell, position 3 on the Victory track with Stark, Position 4 on the supply track with Tyrell. Position 2, 2, and 6. That's just about going to do it, guys. So I will get the everything sort of arranged, and we will jump into round number 1. Looking forward to playing through this round. Once again, this is the we're calling it a Storm of Swords, and we'll see you in round 1. Thank you for watching. By all means, like and subscribe. If you would like to check out our sponsors, Pontas Fathom Press, got the Alchemy of Azathoth, Volume 3 of the Disclosure from the Necronomicon Fragments, helps us to support the channel. We also have our 2 new books by August Moldenhauer on artificial psychology in this age of artificial intelligence. Go and check out the links below. You can also check us out on our Patreon, and as usual, liking, subscribing, and leaving comments. Looking forward to round 1. We'll see you guys in the next round. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.